Hello everyone. Today we are going to see how to generate API access token by using a base URI. So this is the requirement for you to, because you need this access token in order to fetch the information from any REST API, post method or get method in the subsequent processes. Because this is the initial process, by using a base URI, you have to generate the API access token, which is dynamic in nature. And once you generate this API access token, you have to pass those access token for other API methods like post method or get method in order for you to fetch the information from the API endpoint. So before moving forward, you need some basic fundamental knowledge in Azure Databricks. I'm using Azure Databricks notebook to write this Python code, and also you have some knowledge so how the authorization and authentication works in API, because we have various methods like basic authentication and client credentials and bearer token. There are different type of access methods are available for you to access the API. So you should know all this basic knowledge for you to understand this video completely. So I'm just passing the secret value as a the widget, text widget in this notebook. And Also I have the client ID and client secret, and the API URI for the getting the access token. So these are all the information you need before get writing the code actually. So this is the actual code. I used various import options. So if you look at this language options, is I'm using Python. I'm importing request JSON and base URI, and also the JSON normalize to convert into tabular format. That means it is parsing out automatically for you and then display in a tabular format. That's why I'm using JSON normalize. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm using client ID, client secret, and the environment is actually the base URI. So the uh, under the request headers, I'm supplying two elements here like authorization and the client type. So in the authorization, I'm using a basic and then the encoded value. So how I'm encoding the authorization, that is client ID and client secret, by using this the encoding options. Okay, once I got the authorization information, also I'm supplying the content type is a URL encoded, and inside the the request body I'm using client credentials. So if you look at this URL, sorry, the post request post uh, this line, and yeah, so I'm supplying the request body and request headers. Also I'm just checking the response code, whether it is success or failure. So if it is success, usually the response code is 200, and if it is more than 200, then it will actually print the error code and error description, and it will exit from this process. So if it is success, that means if you get the status code with 200, then we are getting the response, and with in the JSON format. So that's why we are using JSON normalize to convert that into tabular format. So if you so let's go and run this cell once again. You see the you will get a new response. So every time when you run, there will be a new access token will be generated, and you can use this access token for calling other API methods. Could be a post method or get method to select the data. Thanks for watching. So if you have any comments or any other requirements, please feel free to write a comment. Thank you.